lines, about halfway down. Exactly halfway in the white lines. Va'omar Rav Rebbe Chalbai. Says Rebbe Chalbai. Omar Funa. It's a very interesting gemorah. A person should always be very careful when he davens the afternoon prayers. Right? Tfilas mincha. Shahari, why? When was Eliyahu answered? Eliyahu Navi. He was answered when he davened mincha. Shnei Avi Balei Mincha v'Yagesh Eliyahu Navi v'Yomer. Eliyahu said, "Aneni Hashem, Aneni, Aneni." So the famous story that the false prophets of Baal, they said, we're going to be makriv v'karbanos, you be makriv v'karbanos, and Eliyahu said, pour water, they pour water again and again and again. This mizbeach, the altar was covered in water, and then Eliyahu said, let the fire come down from Shemaim, fire comes down, licks up the thing. When did that happen? Mincha. So you see from here that Eliyahu was only answered Tfilas HaMincha. So first of all, what's the right? Maybe happened to be daven then, and if he would have done it Shachris, say you have to be careful Shachris. What's the halacha from here that there's something special about it? Also, what's he saying? It seems to be a machlekes. The Rishonim is saying that he's coming to tell me, don't not daven mincha. You daven Shachris, you daven kavana, you started the day on the right foot. You might think, that's it, okay, I'm done, I have to daven mincha. No, Havizah, you should daven mincha. Why? Because Eliyahu was answered mincha. It's Eis Rachamim. That seems to be the implication over here. So let's keep going. Another two lines of gemorah, because we'll see that. Rabbi Yechanan Omar, after Tfilas Avos, you should also be careful when you daven Ma'ariv. Okay, Shenema Tikkun Tfilosi Ketayos Afilecha Masas Kemincha. Masas Kefi Minchas Erev. Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak after the Shachris, Shenem Hashem Boiket Ishma Kaili, Hashem, you answered my prayers in the morning, Erech Elcha V'Atzape, and I look to you and I wait and I hope. So what's going on here? Is it a machlekes when is Eis Rotzen? The three Amoraim are having a machlekes when is a bigger Eis Rotzen? Is that what's going on here? Or is each one saying, some Rishonim say, each one's not saying, you only have to daven mincha, you only have to daven shachris. That can't be, because it's a chiyuv. It's a chiyuv daven shachris, it's a chiyuv daven mincha, so it can't be coming to say, only daven mincha. So what exactly is he coming to say? So, says the Marsha, other Achronim, he's coming to say that you should be careful to daven it on time. Bizman. The shaila is, what does that mean? Does that mean as soon as you could daven mincha? Some Achronim say it means as soon as you could daven mincha. When can you daven mincha? From chatzais, half an hour after chatzais. Boom, 12:30. If you do chatzais is 12 o'clock, 12:30. Then you can daven mincha. Others say no, it means to be zayir to daven mincha ketana. When's mincha ketana? 9.5 hours after the morning, which is normally an hour and a half before shkia, something like that. That's when you should daven mincha. And the Shulchan Aruch brings down halacha l'maisa. It looks like basically the lashon is the chatchil the zman daven mincha is mincha ketana, not mincha gedayla. Mincha gedayla is when the day is gadol, you got the whole day in front of you. Mincha ketana is an hour before shkia. So that's machlokes. Maybe that's what he means. The Torah says, why do you have to be zar? Why does he come and say bizarre with mincha? Since shachris, you get up, you daven shachris. You're about to go to bed, you daven ma'ariv. But mincha, you're in the middle of the day, you're working, you're in the field, in the middle of the day, you got to stop everything and daven. You got to be. It needs an extra level of dedication, devotion to daven mincha. It's a harder tefillah. Others say it's because you already daven shachris, you think, okay, I'm yetza. And the mincha is just like shachris is the main tefillah. You come, psik at the zimra, you half an hour, you can take abundance, birchas kriyishma, you daven shachris. So you might think the mincha is like, a little thing at the end they throw in, just to keep you busy, right? No, tefillah's mincha is bizarre. It's an important tefillah. No, he's not coming to uproot everything else. He's saying you should be bizarre with mincha because that's also important. Not that it's more important, but that it's also got like some type of yeshivs. That's what the Rashba says. You might think it's just like this extra tefillah. Fascinatingly, the Kliyaka says an interesting pshat. All these three pshatim in the Gemara is not shachris mincha ma'ariv. He says you should be zayir with shachris. He says you should be careful with mincha. He says you should be careful with ma'ariv. You know what Kliyaka says? It's all talking about mincha. And Reb Chaim says you have to be careful with mincha. Comes along Rabbi Yochanan and says, you know what? If you missed mincha, so you have to be careful to daven ma'ariv tashlumen, to daven mincha with tashlumen. Because what's the pasuk he brings? He brings the pasuk. He says with ma'ariv minchas erev. The mincha that you say daven mincha in the evening, and Al Pi Derech Zeh says the same thing with shachris. So you could do tashlumen. If you miss mincha, you can do tashlumen for ma'ariv, and you can even do tashlumen shachris. You could do tashlumen 2 tefillas later. You can't do after that. You blew it. But you could do tashlumen in the next tefillah, and then so if you missed it, you missed mincha. Be careful also do tashlumen for in ma'ariv and in shachris. So, okay, we're not going to get into the whole why did you all know dafka daven mincha. L'chayr, but l'chayr he Eliyav daven mincha because he knew that was Eis Ratzon. That's an Eis Ratzon. The guy says something exactly the opposite. He davened shelo yoymu ma'aseh kshofim. The people shouldn't say, you know how he did it? It was through some type of magic. It wasn't from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the korban was eaten. It was kshofim. The guy says because mincha is a time where the kshofim are shoyle. That's the strongest time. That's why you got to be careful then. That's why you should daven then, because it's as much. Okay. That's why he had to daven shleyu mash kshofim heim. That's why you should have to be careful in mincha time because it's a time of kshofim. Says the gemorah, 2 dots. Another memra from the same Reb Chaim. If you enjoy the feast of when the chassan gets married, you didn't make him happy. You desecrated the 5 kailas. Shenema kol sasa, and kol simcha, kol chasa, and kol kala. There's 5 kailas. Kol kala kol oimim hoidu es Hashem tzvakos. These 5 kailas. It's a pasuk in where is this? Lamed. I don't know where this pasuk is. It's a pasuk in Yirmiyah, Hanavi. Kitov ki Hashem kilom chazdai. Okay. So if you didn't make him happy, you violated these 5 kailas. It sounds to be like an avera. You're not allowed to be. If you're nana from Sudas Chassan, you weren't misamerch him. You violated these 5 kailas. Kol chassan, kol kala, okay. So what does it mean you weren't misamerch him? So the Chaim say we had the gemorah above. What does misamerch mean? It doesn't mean you did like a fancy dance for him, like what they do nowadays. I guess in those days they didn't have chassans with 700 people. They had probably much smaller chasnas, maybe 100 people, maybe 25 people, right? Certainly not hundreds. And there wasn't music blasting inaudible, dangerous levels. So you were able to actually talk to the chassan. And the Gemara says above, what's ikka simchas chassan? You say that you tell him, misamech him. Rashi says, b'mili, the top line of Rashi on the page, mili l'samech chassan b'dvarim. You say words to him. So Rabbi Kiva Eiger says, hey, what words you say to the chassan? It depends. If you're a Talmud Chacham, you say to him, Torah. If he's a Talmud Chacham, you can understand it. If he's not a Talmud Chacham, you say a medrash, tell him a medrash, because Torah is Mesamech, right? Others say what it means is that you tell a chassan, and I remember someone did this to me in my chasana, one guy, you think like, 300 people, I was going to say, you're a melech, you're a king, you're such a chashav a guy, it's such an important thing to get married, you're daimel a melech, you make you realize how amazing he is. Plenty of people don't want to get married, they want to live in the basement and play video games all day. You decide to get married, start a family, have kids, you're a king. Hashem is meichel in all your averos. You tell him it's a clean slate. Right now you're a tzaddik gomer. You got a clean slate. You tell the chasna, you make him happy. Why? We're going to see. But that's what it means. You say nice things to him, make him feel special. How many people come over to you and say to you, it happens? Oh, you don't know what you're getting yourself into. What a mistake, getting married. It's just one big expense, one big headache. No, you tell him, there's no greater simcha. You tell him, wow, what an amazing thing is he's got married, right? Some say you misamech him just by having a suda with him. Ein simcha l'basav yain. Someone will say that. What does it mean? Ein simcha l'basav yain. So the simcha is it's his suda. How you misamech him? He's paying the food. So by talking to him while eating together with him, that brings out like the simcha of the meal. I don't know. It's a different meal when you're talking with someone. When you're saying divrei Torah, it brings out the simcha of the basav yain. Yeah, what were you saying?
Today you don't sit with the chassan first.
Right, the whole thing's not relevant. The whole thing's like not relevant. You can't talk to the guy. He's busy. I made a cheshbon and the chasna with like 500 people. Right? If everyone says speak to him for 10 seconds, that's 5,000 seconds of talking. That's basically for the entire chasna. If everyone says, "Wow, you know, you're a melech," just 10 seconds. You don't have 10 seconds with the guy, right? So, halvai, you should have a minute to talk to people that are really important. So says the gemorah. So you went mesamechim, you violated these 5 kailas. So what happens if you are mesamechim? It's interesting because it sounds like if you didn't do it, you're over, and if you did do it, what's your schar? So says the gemorah, Amr Yishur Belev, Yizayich l'Torah shnit l'chumish kailas. Yizayich l'Torah. Shnei Mavi b'Mishish b'Yizah b'Ekev v'Yikol Zevurach Imanim Kovad Alahar. They're called shofar. We said this yesterday a bunch of times. V'Yikol HaShofar. V'Aleikim and Enu B'Kol. Okay, so first of all, Gemara says, you zeicha to Torah. Why is zeicha to Torah? Okay, you made this chassan happy. Why is zeicha to Torah? What's the connection? What's the relevance? You made this chassan happy. You told him, you're such a great guy. You're starting a family. Now you're zeicha to Torah. So why? Some say it's because he's starting a family. He's about to have kids. What's the point of getting married? To have kids. You're giving chizik to have kids. This kid should be Yeshivs Torah. So you misameachim, you gave him an extra reason, an extra oomph, and you gave him a little bit help. You gave him a helping hand to start a family. So you zeichet Torah also. You helped him start Torah, so you zeichet Torah. Others say no, it's because every chas, we help this chassan, he's getting married. Our chasna, we get besimcha. Hashem wants to be misameach us in return with our chasna is the Torah. So you zeichet the Torah to be misameachim. Interesting machlokes, but it makes sense. Says the gemorah, Rabbi Avo Amar, Kilu Hikrif Taida. You know what it's like? You Mesamech Chasen, it's like you sacrifice the carbon Taida, Thanksgiving. Shenema Mevim Taida Beis Hashem. So why is it like a Taida? I didn't say I don't explain this, but I think Pshat is because according to many psukas, they Amzu Yotzat Eli Tilosi Speiru. Our job in this world is to thank Hashem. Everything we do, even when we learn Torah, we're thanking Hashem. Thank you for giving us life, we're learning your Torah. Thank you for giving me a brain, I'm learning your Torah. Everything is about thanking Hashem. It's a fundamental, it's the side of life. Everything's about thanking Hashem. So you misamech chos and you're helping him start life. It's like you brought a carbon Torah. It's like you're thanking Kadosh Baruch Hu. This is maybe the most famous of the 3 shitas. It's like you built one of the churvas of Yerushalayim. Yerushalayim was destroyed. I'm not sure what the pasuk is teaching us, but it's like you started building Yerushalayim. In other words, what? The Beis Hamikdash was destroyed. We don't have the Beis Hamikdash back, but when you help someone start a family, a home is like a Beis Hamikdash. It's a mikdash mat. Ish to shalom b'neiim. When a husband and wife are together happily, shchina shoy b'neiim. It's like Beis Hamikdash. Where was the shchina shoy? Even in the second bais there was no shchina. In the first bais was a shchina. When you create the shalom bais, you build your shalayim. Every single family is like a binyan Beis Hamikdash. It's amazing you say it there. It's like you okay. For another name from Reb Chaim, if someone has Yiras Shamayim, someone fears heaven, his words are heard. So some say, why is that? What's pshat? You have Yiras Shamayim, now people listen to you. Some say it's because before you rebuke people, fix yourself. So if you've got Yiras Shamayim, you fix yourself. Now people will listen to you because it's like, oh, this guy, he keeps what he says. Now I listen to what he says, right? What does it mean, kizeh kol adam? What does it mean, kizeh kol adam? This is all of man. Yiras Shamayim is all of man. The whole world was created. The whole world, Torah was given for this memra. You should have fear of God. It's the same value. One person's got Yiras Shamayim is as important as the entire world. These are all The whole Torah is given for this mitzvah, for Yerushalayim. There's different shittas, opinions what these 3 days are in Yerushalayim. Are they arguing with each other? They agree with each other? One's more makel than the other one. But the point is that it's mashma kizekal adam. This is shachal keneged kol ha'olam. This is why we were all created. Another name. If you know your friend, usually says to you shalom. This is a very halachic gemorah. Yakin shalom. You should say to him first shalom. Shenema baka shalom. Great feil. You should seek shalom and chase after it. It mustn't lie v'lo yechzer. If your friend said to you shalom, you didn't give back a shalom, you are a ganef. You're a gazlan. You stole. Shenema ba'atim bi'atim hakerem gazal ta'ani b'beitechem b'veischem. You stole from the ani. How do you steal from an ani? He doesn't have anything. So it means he gave you a shalom, you didn't give back a shalom. So the question is over here, the gemorah seems to apply only if you know the guy says to you shalom. You got a neighbor that says to you shalom, you should first say shalom to him. You should say shalom to him before he says shalom to you. Right? What if you know your friend doesn't say shalom to you? You pass by, you've got a neighbor, I have a neighbor like this, he never says shalom to me. 20 years. Say shalom to him, he doesn't say shalom to me. He's a shy guy, he's quiet, he's nervous. Maybe he'll go, right? Should you say shalom to him? So the poskim say, Achronim say, don't say shalom to him. And that's why the gemorah says you're a gazlan. Why does the gemorah say the thing that if you don't answer, you're a gazlan? Because don't be marshal him in gzela. Don't say shalom. If the guy's not going to say shalom back to you, don't say shalom to him, he's not going to say shalom back to you. You made him steal. Others say no. It's an interesting chat. You said shalom to the guy, you know he's not going to say shalom back to you. He's a ganef. I don't know, it could be you Michael. You're allowed to give a present. I'm allowed to give you a present at Matana Shalom. Others say no. You can say shalom to the guy even if he doesn't give back. It's his problem. Like, it's not a gzela that you marshal him in gzela. Say shalom to the guy. Say shalom to everyone. And it's saying even if you know the guy's going to say shalom to you, you should still say shalom to him first. That's what gemorah, according to some shittas, it means, of course, if the guy's not going to say shalom to you, the gemorah talks about Reb Chaim and right? No one ever said shalom to him before. He said about himself, no one ever said shalom first. He greeted every single person, every single Jew and Gentile. He said shalom first. So you see that you're allowed to say shalom, even if the guy might not say shalom back to you. So it's hard to say that it means that you shouldn't say shalom if you don't think the guy's going to say shalom back to you. Because others were very makpid on say shalom. Do we have time to keep going? Oh, there's no million, I guess, so we can keep going. Amar Reb Yochanan. Mishum Reb Yasi. Top of the page. Amar Reb Yochanan. Mishum Reb Yasi is one of the most famous gemorahs because of the famous song. Menayin sheKadosh Baruch Hu mispal. How do we know that Kadosh Baruch Hu, that God Himself davens? Shenema v'v'yesim ha'hakodesh v'simachtem b'veis tfilosi. I'll bring you into my house of prayer. Tfilosim le'nema tfilosi. It's my prayer. Interesting drush. From here we see that Kadosh Baruch himself davens. My matzi. So what does he say? What does Hashem daven? Amar zutrabab tuvia amarav yiratzah milfanai sheyichbush rachamay yiskasi v'yigoy rachamay midaisai. I should find favor in myself. I should find favor in myself. That my kas, my rachamim should conquer my kas. V'yigoy rachamay midaisai. And my compassion should flow over my midas. It's not in body, but midas rachamim. I should act righteously. Don't follow judgment. Go lifnim shuzin. Be extra kind. So already straight away the guy and Rafai guy and Saji guy, and they say it doesn't mean the chas shon Hashem davens because who's he davening to? He can do whatever he wants. So why would he daven, right? So obviously what it means is that Al pi derech that we say about Yud Gimel Midas, that Hashem showed Moshe Rabbeinu how to say the Yud Gimel Midas. So Hashem shows Klal Yisrael how to daven. It doesn't mean he actually davens. Hashem showed Klal Yisrael how to daven. And Tanya, famous brayso, Amar Bishma ben Elisha. On Yom Kippur, Rabbi Bishma ben Elisha went into the Kodesh Kodashim Lifnai v'lifnim v'risi akasri el ka Hashem tzvokais. He saw akasri el ka Hashem tzvokais. Shuyeshav akisir ravanisa v'amali yishma b'ni barcheni. And akasri el Hashem tzvokais said, my son blessed me. Matilai, I said to him, Yosef Menecha Yishik V'Shur Chamecha Kascha V'Gol Chamecha V'Desecha V'Tisnagi Menecha V'Deserachamim. He said this tefillah that Hashem says about himself, because of Nimish Hasadin. So V'Nani B'Roishai, he nodded his head. Hashem nodded his head. Kamash Malon Shaleite Birchas Head Yit Kala B'Necha. We see from here that you shouldn't take the bracha, the blessing of someone simple, lightly. If a Kodesh Baruch Hu B'Chvei Debatzmai asks a mere human for bracha, so Koshkein, we should ask any goy, every Jew, any Russia, asking for a bracha. Someone simpleton, get a bracha from him. Bracha is an incredibly powerful thing. Even a Kodesh Baruch Hu can get a bracha from this person. The first question they ask is, who is this Achasriya Ka Hashem Tzvakas? Is this a Kodesh Baruch Hu? Is this V'Reisi? I saw Achasriel. And we know that you can't see HaKadosh Baruch Hu, lo yirani adam achai. So it can't be HaKadosh Baruch Hu because he saw him. So some say it means it's a malach. Some Rishonim say before it means it's a malach. It's a malach. His name is Achasriel. He is one of the highest malachim, and he's sitting there in the Kodesh Kodashim. But then others say, what do you mean? It says he's sitting on a kisei romanissa. This malach is sitting on Hashem's throne. Also, it says it was in the Kodesh Kodashim. Even on Yom Kippur, it says in gemorah that even a malach wasn't allowed to be in Kodesh. It says in Yerushalmi, even a malach can't be in the Kodesh Kodashim on Yom Kippur. Only a Kodesh Baruch Hu. So this has to be a Kodesh Baruch Hu before the Batzmai. So then, how could he see him? Re'isa. So you have to say Re'isa. Doesn't mean he literally saw him. I mean, sometimes if he saw an aura, he saw something. That's maybe the Chasriel. He saw the light. It wasn't. He saw a Kodesh Baruch Hu before the Batzmai. Because that you can't do. So it's a big machlekes. Who is this Achasriel? Is it one of the shemus of HaKadosh Baruch Hu? Or is it just, the Maral says that Achasriel, the Aleph is the beginning, the first. Keser is some type of crown, kale, and Ka Hashem Tzvakas is all the structures of the HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the whole glory. That's what it means. The Aleph, Keser, Ka, Hashem, Tzvakas is like the legions, all the way down to how HaKadosh Baruch Hu runs the world, the legions. But according to my Rabbi, he's talking about HaKadosh Baruch Hu, but Chayyid. What is this Kamash Malan? Comes to teach me, Hashem is teaching me, this is the part of the chat, Hashem's teaching me, that if Hashem asks for bracha, so we should ask for brachas from every Pasha person. Others say no. What it means is like this. How could Shmuel leave the Kodesh Kodesh and say, you know what, I just had an interesting conversation with Kodesh Baruch Hu. He wanted the bracha from me. You know, people come to the Rebbe for brachas, you know, asking for a bracha. It's like, how can he say such a thing? Like, it's true, Gavaldi, but why is he telling us this? So, Komash Malon, Rabbi Shmuel's coming to teach us. He's saying, he's only telling me this, that you should know how important it is to get a bracha from everyone. And he considered himself a Hadyat. He says, I'm a Hadyat. He was the greatest man, the greatest of the Tanaim. And Alpha Pekan, he called himself a Hadyat. So, it's unbelievable. The other thing they say is that if it was in Bai Shei L'chayra, Yishmael ben Elisha, he lived in the time of the second Bai, the second temple. And there was no Ashras HaShechina in the second temple. So how could it have been a Kodesh Baruch Hu? There was no Ashras HaShechina. There was only Gilui Shechina in the first bias. So what they say is, you see from here that, according to those Shitas, that in the second bias there was a Gilui Shechina. There was a Gilui Shechina. And what was the Gilui Shechina? But it wasn't continuous, it wasn't always. The Gilui Shechina was only in the Kodesh Kodashim, in Kippur, with the right kind of Gadol, there was a Gilui Shechina. It wasn't like there was never a Gilui Shechina. Okay, we're going to end up here. Have a wonderful day. Thank you very much.